Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Ford and back going out for a little bit of a trail run with my new Lynx setup. See how I can protect my wheel in the trails with this bumper setup from Grizzla. And yeah, still just checking out the assist mode. So going to run with a little bit of 100% assist mode into some little tight trails just across the street that I know of, and also just I'm still exploring, trying to find some good places to play with my wheels. Usually I take the V14 into the trails, but now that I've got this kit on board, I'm a bit more interested in taking the Lynx out to the trails. So yeah, not a worry. I'm going to go and have a little play with that today. Nothing too extreme, just some tight little small stuff, getting my feet around it. And yeah, I'll play with the assist modes as well. I think I prefer the V14 in this small tight trail stuff. In these tight little mixes, I can throw the V14 around just a little bit easier and sort of sometimes get myself out of trouble. I think it's just a little bit easier to maneuver around the tree roots and the obstacles. But I'm pretty keen to see, now that I've taken the stand off the Lynx, that was one of the big advantages for popping the Grizzla kit on, in my view, was to remove that stand up the back and give me a bit more clearance to be able to hit some stairs if I need to, or climb down a boulder. So that's what this is about today. I think I'll just go and start to see what I can find to get back into grips with the Lynx, in the trails. So a little bit different, a little bit larger tyre, and yeah, a little bit higher than the V14. But I used to put the V13 over some trails. There's a few videos back on the channel. Got to watch out for the snakes. It's a pretty snaky old day here in Australia today. So, and I'm just sitting at about 30 psi at the moment, which should be good for a couple of knocks if I smash the rim around. But yeah, hopefully I won't lose that seat. I've also popped a little bit more Velcro on and kind of showed you there. You can see I only had a tiny little patch, and it's kind of recessed up into the seat. I just needed to put a little bit more and pat it out a little bit so it grabbed on with that new hinge system up the back. Just added a little bit more pressure trying to bounce it off. So yeah, just a little bit more Velcro on that. That'll help that in place, but I'll keep my eye on it. So I'm beating the sun now. I've been out once and I was on 100% assist mode, and at the moment I'm just on 60%. Just wanted to tame it back a little bit, and yeah, it definitely feels more connected. At that 60% versus the 100%. The 100%, you're putting a lot of effort into the wheel before you really feel it. It's kind of different setup. Here everything that I'm pressing into the pedals is direct and happening straight away, whereas when you're using that assist mode, there's kind of this floaty little pivot of the wheel that happens, and it's just sort of throws the feel a little bit. So this is good. I like this probably a little bit more for in this sort of stuff, so I can feel what's going on without the wheel throwing me off, floating around all over the place. So I'll just get over to this little spot that I know and try to push it through a couple of little trails, maybe just a quick video, but yeah, showing you how the Lynx can, and I guess now that I've got it a bit more protected, I'm a bit happier to go and knock it around a little bit. I didn't want to mess this wheel up. I sort of got a wheel for each purpose, and this one was my nice street roller, really. But here it is. It'll definitely handle this, won't it? So it's a shame not to use it for everything that it's capable of. Thanks for coming along to another video. Thanks for supporting the channel. And yeah, I'll just throw out to all my affiliates. I know that e-riders at the moment have just landed a bunch of stock. They've got all the new wheels in. And yeah, they've actually got them there right now. So, quite often you have to wait. If you're ordering one of these toys, but they're in stock, ready to go, you can go and pick one up, grab my discount code, take that with you, save yourself $50 there. But alright, here's a little trail here. Might just put it over this and see how we go. probably the weakest point in this trail stuff for me, and I guess this is across most of my wheels, is the pedals. I haven't upgraded them, and some of those studs aren't that great, and I do slide just a little bit. You need a good set of shoes on board, but even then, you do get that slide happening. So I'm pretty stoked to be upgrading them shortly. Grizzla have got the new pedals, and they're going to send a set of them out for me to have a look at, and I'm pretty stoked to be able to put a new set of pedals on my wheel. Well, you really need to keep your practice up if you're doing this stuff. It pushes you in a few ways. Your feet, they feel it, your legs feel it, your fitness, if you're not up to scratch there, that feels it. Been eating a lot of donuts lately, just to make myself feel better about stuff. We all do that, so I've got to get out and make sure I do this. One of the hobbies I've picked up recently is baking, so I'm eating heaps of cakes, which is really awesome, but yeah, not so awesome on the waistline, so I've got to get out and do this stuff a bit more. And yeah, cool, I feel it. The difference with this and the V14, this is just a little bit bigger and taller, so you do have to get your position a little more sorted when you're riding into the corners, and it kind of is a little easier to slide out, I guess. With that little V14, you can just jump and hop it out of the positions, and it's easier to just maneuver. You kind of have to do a lot more popping and hopping over the roots and rocks with the smaller tyre of the V14, and the Lynx kind of eats that stuff up a little bit more, but both have the suspension to help you out there. The V14's a little bit easier to adjust the suspension on the fly, but you can just carry a tool and set yourself up for the trails before you go anyway. So both really, really comfortable wheels, and both handle this no problem. Really, really good fun. I have a ball doing this on both wheels. A couple of videos back, I just did this same track on the V14, so go back and have a look, and you can see that they've both handled this ride really, really well. I think I've got another just layer of confidence about me, because I know I'm not going to trash my wheel as hard if I bang it up on a few rocks. So it's just sort of hitting a few places that I usually go, but I think I was just pushing a little bit harder. Maybe I wasn't, but yeah, I felt like I was, or I felt like I was able to at least try and push this Lynx in the stuff that, I've been worried before about scratching. Yeah, anyway, it's coming to the end of the day here, and I better get back and pack all this footage up. But yeah, good to find those stairs and test that clearance. I hope you can see now that, it is a worthwhile upgrade just to look at that, the front bumper, to give you that way to be able to still use the wheel. Oh, I've got to go home and have a drink. It's really hot. It's been a really hot day here, so that was, part of the decision. Do I go and do this today? But yeah, of course, you should always do it. It's still fun, and you still got that breeze coming through with this nice armour. Anyway, so I was comfortable, had a good roll. Didn't come across any snakes, and I didn't have any incidents. So that's a good day out in my book. If I had to choose between this or the V14 for this stuff, it is hard. On the way here, I was saying how much I prefer the V14, for the tight trail stuff. But then, for those bigger stairs, this suspension probably did just feel a little bit nicer. But I guess that could be down to how it's set up as well, because I didn't set this for the trails. One with the bigger tyre just sort of rolls over that root rot a little bit more and gets over that knobbly stuff a little more comfortably, whereas you just have to be a bit more on your feet with the V14 and the smaller wheels, I guess, because you've got to do the work and, move that tyre out of the way. They're both really good suspension, so I would be really happy to go and do that with either wheel. And I think you've seen that. I've done that same set of stairs and most of those same runs on the V14 on my channel. So if you really wanted to compare, you could go back and take a little look at the V14 roll. I had a look over the wheel, nothing got scuffed up, nothing looked bad when I got home. Those pads did the job. I don't know if I banged it up or not, you know, but I couldn't really see any marks on the pads. But I'm sure I did knock it up somewhere there. Really cool to stay on the feet. I guess this tyre surprised me with that traction. I don't, you know, have a look back and I'll slow that footage down. You can see how far I slid. And in the last video I was racing around a car park and I also slid then on just a slippy bit of ground. And this tyre sort of grabbed both of those times. So it's sort of teaching me my limit, and it's teaching me I'm right at the limit of this tyre. But I'm just, you know, able to sort of save myself because this is a good tyre that's, you know, able to find its traction again. So I guess, you know, it's kind of about finding that limit and not going over. And the leans that I'm putting on are probably, you know, my limit. And then you can always adjust your body to, you know, kind of keep the wheel upright and you're leaning out from the wheel. So all these different techniques come into play when you're starting to take the corners at such high speeds, or you know, you're jumping into a leaf litter. You've got to try to keep the wheel as upright as possible without sort of pushing a big lean onto it at the wrong time. It's just practice, isn't it? And getting out and practicing those skills, and I guess nearly coming off teaches you what to feel and when to pull back. And yeah, I'm still learning, always still learning. Every roll learning something. Hope you are anyway, you know, and if not, go get a wheel and get on one, go see one of the stores, get to a demo day, get out to a group ride, you know, reach out to a group and just get chatting. Everyone's cool in the forums, they'll welcome you into this world. So yeah, come grab a wheel, jump on board and come rolling with us. We'll see you on the channel next time, I guess. Until then, you know, stay safe, have fun. See you next time. Bye for now.